dentist a few months ago, and she told me that I needed to bleach my teeth because I'm all one color. And I was very surprised by that, and she continued on. She said, you also need to wear lipstick and stay away from neutral colors. And I said, what is your job? And she said, well, she continued on, and I was like, hey, how can we like talk about my actual teeth and all the quality of what's going on there? And I left, and I said, I'm gonna call my best friend. I called her on the way home, and I said, here is what just happened. She goes, I've been telling you for 26 years that you need to wear lipstick and quit it with the neutral colors. And I said, yeah, but you're not a dentist. You want me to take you seriously, get a DDS by your name? She's a lawyer. She doesn't have the credentials. You know what though? I am going to another dentist next month, and another new one, and I said I will wear lipstick if 2 out of 2 dentists agree. Stupid. Anybody work with a bear of a coworker? Anybody have a bear they work with? Nice, yeah, me too. Mine is named Patricia. Any Patricias in the audience? Okay, good, because Patricia is the cuntiest name. Right? I think we can all agree on that. And Patricia is the kind of person that talks over people. She's like mean for the sake of being mean. I'm always advocating for my team, like, hey, let them finish, you know. And the thing is, I do feel a little bit bad for Patricia because she does not have any friends. And I know she doesn't have any friends because of the way she draws on her eyebrows. They're what I can only describe as Dr. Seussian, right? Like real sharp point, and then like they curl out in a totally unnatural angle. And if I showed up anywhere, my friends saw me looking like that, they would roast me alive. They'd be like, what's up with thing 1 and thing 2 there on your face? You can't leave the house, it would be a disgrace. Yeah, so last week I did say, well, I try to build a rapport with her. I do try to connect with people. I try to have good relationships with my colleagues. And so I said, hey, any chance you're looking for a new dentist? Somebody needs to tell her. Like, I don't want to hurt her feelings, but I do want someone to. I'm 46 years old, and I still have an IUD. Some might say that is not necessary. Yes, we love an IUD. And the reason for that is because I want to make sure that there is no pregnancy in my future. Just in case one of these shriveled, old, remaining eggs decides to launch a Make-A-Wish campaign. Okay, I don't want that for my life. I don't want them to look at every sperm like it's John Cena. He's done the most dishes, like 600. Yeah. And I do feel like my eggs would kind of be like pick-me girls at this point too, like play it real cool but want it real bad, you know? They'd be like, what's up, John Cena? You wanna come in? So like, I've got video games, I got beer, I have no strong opinions about anything but sports. You know, the pick-me girl. And he'd be like, I don't know, it's kind of old in there. She'd be like, it's vintage. He'd like, I'll pass. And he'd just look at her, and she'd look at him, and he'd look at her, and she'd look at him, and he'd be like, how do I get out? How do I get out? And she'd be like, oh, it's just back out the same way you came in. I know it seems like a really long swim, but it goes fast when she stands up. Yeah, I'm 46 and I do get Botox. Any Botox fans in the audience? Yes! I love a Botox. I get my 11s done so I can't pinch my eyebrows together because I refuse to look perpetually confused and surprised. I'll choose one or the other. And I went with surprised. No, I identify as intelligent and I refuse to walk the earth looking like someone just got one over on me again. Absolutely not. I will not do that. But you would be surprised because, no pun intended, because being able to raise them does take you pretty far. It does double duty sometimes. Many facial expressions with just the raising and lowering of the brow. For example, I ran into my neighbor at the gas station recently. He asked me if I was in business with the HVAC guys because they have been at my house so many times. And I said, I'm confused. Right? You see it? It works. And then I said, no, I'm not in business with him. And he said, well, I thought maybe you were having an affair with him. And I was like, well, that's a fucking weird thing to say to somebody. What? But here's the thing. I could never have an affair with my HVAC guy. He is, oh man, there's so many things about him that just rule him out for me. For example, he holds his eyes open too wide and he doesn't blink enough. And that is unsettling to witness. Like, I find myself, like, compensating for it, like, trying to cue him. Like, all of a sudden, I'm the fucking weird one. Like, time to get one in, bud. Go ahead and do it so I can stop this. Yeah, he reminds me of one of those dolls. Remember the dolls with the eyelids and, like, you could shake them and they would go. So I just want to give him, like, just a little nudge every now and again. Also, not for nothing, but he's 5'1" if he's an inch, and I'm 5'9" without heels on. So no shade to a short king, but I'm not gonna pop a man on my head and call him my lover. I will not do that. But the one benefit of being able to do that is like I give him a little bounce every now and again and make him blink. Also don't really love the way that he speaks to me. It's not the things that he says, but it is definitely the way that he says them. For example, I was like, do you think that we could install like another return or something and get that room cooler or whatever? And he goes, yeah, we could do that. And it's like, have you ever been gaslit by a tone before? Because I was like, I think that's the first time I've said that. Your response leads me to believe it has been a lot more. Yeah, so I couldn't. But the thing is, so I said to my neighbor, I said, hey, what did you think about the day when there were 3 of them at my house? And he was like, as they do. And the thing about me is I cannot be slut shamed. I am immune to slut shaming because there is no shame with consensual sex. Yeah, this is the truth. So whether I did or did not do something, I will feel no shame about it. I do not care what anyone thinks. And so I said, you know what the thing is? I did fuck them all that day. It is still super hot in my house. I like that you guys laughed at that because that is a $20,000 joke. You guys ready for me to bring up your first comic? Yeah! Making Memphis laugh for over 10 years, y'all. She's hosted mics, run comedy bingo nights, and performed on stages all over. She even once performed in Paris. Okay. She's a licensed attorney, but traded it all in to be a mother full time. We love to see it. Let's see. Okay, clap once if you're ready. Clap twice if you're ready. Clap a whole bunch more times for James Smith.